Okay, so yesterday we looked at the rubric and we know what it takes in order to make the score that you want to make. And so what we're looking for are so many citations where you're referencing the text and also the places where you actually explained how Harriet Tubman helped the slaves get to freedom and also like how the Underground Railroad helped the slaves get to freedom. So here's your paper. Okay, and here's your score, and what we want to do is look at it and see what we did and then also what we need to do to get better. This right here. Okay? Okay, well that means this. Look right here. Right here, it means that you did not cite anything from the reading where you said, the article stated, or in the article it says where you're talking about this or this. So you have to use those words. In the article it said, or something like that. And then also, it says, no explanations that explain how the Underground Railroad helped the slaves. So let's look at it and see, okay? All right, so here you've got lots of information, 3 different paragraphs about stuff. And then
I didn't know we had to do that till yesterday when we had to put according to the text and stuff like that.
okay, well that's what we mean when we talk about citing textual evidence. It's the evidence or the words in the writing that you refer to. So it says, explain in an informational response how Harriet Tubman and the Underground Railroad helped slaves escape to freedom. Cite evidence from the articles to fully support your ideas. So that cite evidence from the articles, that means that you would say in the article, or in the article, Harriet Tubman, Moses of her people, the author said blah, blah, blah. Okay, so that's what that citing textual evidence means. All right, so what I want you to do, Amarion, please get up. Take the seat in the very, very back, quickly. So what I'm going to have you do, Alonna, is read it out loud, and while you're reading, I'm going to be listening for those places that you might have said the article said, okay? And I'm also going to be listening to hear your reasons that explain how Harriet Tubman or the Underground Railroad helped. And then from there we'll talk about it some more, okay? Okay, so go ahead and read it out loud. Read it loudly.
Harriet Tubman and the Underground Railroad helped slaves escape to freedom because the Underground Railroad went all the way to the north where they can have freedom. Harriet Tubman helped by telling all the slaves about the Underground Railroad and leading them to success.
Okay, so in here, did you hear any places where you said, the article said, or the article stated? Okay, so in our revision, you're going to need to add that. Okay, so that'll be a good improvement. Okay, and now in here, are there any places where you wrote how the Underground Railroad helped the slaves get free? No? How about any places where Harriet Tubman helped them get free? Where? Show me.
Because the Underground Railroad went all the way to the north where they can have freedom.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so what I had asked you just a second ago was, were there any places where you're showing that Harriet Tubman helped the slaves get to freedom? And you said yes. And tell me again where it says that in here.
It says Harriet Tubman and the Underground Railroad helped slaves escape to freedom because the Underground Railroad went all the way to the north where they can have freedom.
Okay, all right. So basically what you're saying here is that one of the ways that the Underground Railroad helped is because it actually went from the south all the way to the north where the slaves would be free. So yes, that's a perfect example of how the Underground Railroad helped. So what you're going to want to do is, there must be somewhere in the article where it was talking about that. So you'll say something like, in the article it said that the Underground Railroad went all the way to the north, and the north is where freedom was, and in that way the Underground Railroad helped the slaves get to freedom. So that's one way. The good thing that you're going to be able to do is look back at both articles and find other places where it shows that it helped them get to freedom. And you can underline it. And then I want you on a completely separate sheet of paper, write it all again. So you're going to probably have to add to this, or maybe get rid of some of it. So we already know you're going to add words like the article stated, right? In the article it said, and I want you to find several more things that are really specific about how the Underground Railroad helped. Okay? And that's what I want you to work on now. You good? Okay, perfect.
You want me to take this?
You don't need this.